Hello, hello, and I want to talk a little bit about boredom, mastery, and finding joy. Okay, so many years ago, I started giving talks. And in the beginning, the talks were rather similar to each other. I had limited knowledge and I would give similar talks. Not exactly the same, but similar. And it got boring for me. Luckily, I met an actor and I thought to myself, here's somebody who's doing the same exact thing over and over and over. He must have some new insights. So I asked him, I said, what do you do not to get bored? And he told me something really important that I've used ever since. He basically said that he's acting at two levels. There's the level of acting, that he's doing basically what he's supposed to do. And there's another level in which he plays with little nuances from time to time and changes things, standing in a slightly different place, pausing for slightly longer. And he said he's surprising a little bit, a tiny bit, his actors. The audience don't know that it's different, but he's noticing the reaction. And he's saying this is keeping him really engaged and interesting. What's happening? Is this better? Is this worse? So there's the level of acting that he gets better at, and then it's okay, no need to worry about it. Another level of noticing, thinking, experimenting, trying things differently. And I adopted that very much. And since then, I started doing it in all my lectures. I say to myself, okay, let me give a second example for the same principle. Is it too much or is it helpful? Let me try a joke before and after. Let me refer later to something. Let me see how this works. Anyway, this has caused me a tremendous improvement to my enjoyment over the years from lecturing. And then I started thinking about things more generally. So there's a category of things that we tell people. This is painful, difficult, unpleasant, but you have to do it and you have to do it for life. You have to eat your vegetables, you have to sleep, you have to exercise, you have to do these things. If you have an illness, you have to worry about all kinds of things. It's terrible, I wish you didn't have to do it, but you have to do it and you have to do it for life. And if we take stock of how this approach has worked for us in general, it has not worked very well. Telling people that something is terrible, miserable, but you have to do it anyway for life doesn't work. But I started thinking about this idea of finding joy. And I thought maybe some lessons from what the actor told me could be integrated. So I went and talked to two types of professionals. I went to talk to professional pianists and I went to talk to professional runners. And I said, look, playing 8 hours piano a day, how do you find the energy? How do you find the motivation? Where is it coming from? And I got lessons very much similar to the actor. And professional pianists told me that they experiment. They do tiny variations. They are very, very much tied to what they're supposed to be doing. It's very dictated, but they said there are tiny amounts of freedom. And they try the different freedoms, and they try different variations, and they try to think about what it is that they're doing and trying different variations. The runners told me something in addition. They not only experiment and try things differently, they also try to notice different things. For example, one runner told me that he's playing a game of trying to coordinate the way that his feet is hitting the pavement and his breathing. He is trying to synchronize two kind of things. So not only doing something and noticing an experiment, but trying to take multiple aspects of it and coordinating it. And I think all of those things hold lots of promise. How do we take things in life that right now we have to do? You have to sleep early, you have to eat well, you have to exercise, you have to take medication and so on. And how do we create joy in them? How do we get people to do it not because they have to, but how do we make them more fun? I mean, the reality is I think it's possible. In the same way that actors can start noticing how they act, I think we can start noticing making a salad. In the same way that the runners are trying to coordinate different things, I think we can try to think about exercise. Now, it will take a really long time to get to the level of the professional athletes in terms of what they notice, but I think we can notice a few things. We can try to coordinate. We can try to experiment. Increase the pace a little bit, decrease the pace a little bit, pay more attention. Anyway, I am hoping that this is going to be a thriving direction for research. For me, and maybe you will try it as well. How do we take these things that right now are joyless and how do we inject some joy in them? How do we connect them to learning and experimentation and discovery and coordination? Can we do that? And can things get better this way? I think they can. Stay tuned. I'll come back in a couple of years with hopefully some solid evidence if it's working or not. Bye for now.